And welcome back to Golf Weekly. I am really excited about this segment because there's two things that I love more than anything in the world. It's music and it's golf. And we're kind of talking both in this segment. In '93, when I attended Furman, we would go to Columbia to hear this really cool band called Hootie and the Blowfish. Maybe you've heard of them. Well, I think the rest is history. Darius Rucker, the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish, has gone on to worldwide fame. He's a platinum-selling singer and country musician now, but he is also a golf enthusiast. So that kind of brings us to why we're here. I am joined by a very special guest, Mr. Staunton Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer. Sorry about that. Mr. Staunton Oppenheimer, who is the tournament chairman of the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate at Long Cove Club. Staunton, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us how all this came about, why you're here, and what's going to happen this weekend?
Well, we have a big tournament coming, the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate, and it was really born out of an idea that Darius had a number of years ago, and he's had a tournament up in Charleston that has been a men's collegiate event for over 10 years. And so Darius, who's a USC graduate, asked if there might be something he could do to help the ladies' golf world. And therein was born this tournament, which is this weekend, practice round Thursday, and then 54 holes of golf, a team event with some of the best teams in the United States coming.
Now, some of the best teams in the United States. Give us an idea of some of those.
As far west as Texas, Notre Dame, Arkansas, Alabama, North Carolina, Georgia, just to name a few.
Wow. And I think you would mention to me offset not only some of the top teams, but some of the top players, top lady players in the country will be here.
That's correct. Several of the teams have All-Americans and have been All-Americans for multiple years. There are 3 of them coming in that were just announced as members of the 2012 U.S. Curtis Cup team.
Wow.
And there's a young lady who plays for Alabama who's from Ireland who is undoubtedly going to be playing for the British side. And then we have from Georgia, the #1 player in the NCAA last year, Miss Zamora, and she'll be playing for Georgia this weekend.
Wow. So we're going to get treated to some good golf if we come out to Long Cove and do a little spectating.
People I've talked to have told me, including Bob Patton, our professional, this is probably the strongest collegiate field we've ever had on the island.
Wow. And that's saying a lot because we've had a few.
We've had a few.
Now, I know the tie-in with Darius Rucker certainly has not hurt the notoriety and the popularity of the event. I also understand around this, Mr. Rucker will be doing a concert that's already sold out, I do believe, at the Art Center of Coastal Carolina. Is that correct?
That's right. Actually, this concert is for the young ladies who are coming in and their coaches. We have 82 players, and we have about 29 coaches coming in, and he's doing this private concert for them. And we sold tickets out and beyond that to our membership inside Long Cove and our sponsors, and it was sold out in about 10 days. So
wow.
That was good stuff for us.
That's a pretty strong vote of support, isn't it?
That was good, strong support.
And speaking of the membership at Long Cove, and Bob Patton is a longtime friend of mine personally, and I know Bob's been at Long Cove for I don't know how many years, but I know this tournament means something very special to Bob personally, and I understand that he had a relationship not only with Darius, but with Puggy, did you say?
Puggy Blackman.
Puggy Blackman, who is?
Director of golf at the University of South Carolina. They're the host team.
University of South Carolina, Gamecock girls are the host team of this tournament.
That's correct, from Columbia.
So all those Gamecocks need to put on their colors and come on out and support, don't they?
That is true. And Bob is a Georgia Bulldog,
Ooh.
So he's all excited about having his team here too. So that should make for some good things.
For
this
some
weekend.
Fireworks.
Yes,
yeah, right. a little bit to talk about.
Exactly.
We've got Chris Tremblay here with us with the JPGA. And Chris, I know working with young ladies who are getting ready to move into the collegiate realm, this has got to be exciting for you for your young people maybe to get a chance to take a look at this and to see what it takes to get to that next level.
Very much so, Daniel. Yes, we're going to go ahead and try to get as many of our students down over to Long Cove to go ahead and check out the girls and, you know, see how they play, see some of the things they do. And more than anything, it's not only to go ahead and see how they play and what their ability level is, but it's about how they handle themselves on the golf course. You know, for a lot of my younger students, we're always looking for role models for them, and certainly the girls at the top programs, I believe, Opie, we talked about it earlier, you alluded to earlier, we have 6 of the top 10 teams in the country going to be here. So certainly we're going to see some quality golf and certainly some quality young ladies. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we take advantage of it and get our students out there and go ahead and maybe show them a few role models and show, you know, so they can go ahead and learn a few things too about how you perform at the highest level in college.
Pretty exciting stuff.
It should be. It should be a great weekend.
And I would imagine Bob and the superintendent there have the golf course looking pretty pristine for this event.
Yeah, it's in very, very good shape. Several of the teams have been in to qualify their players and get a lay of the land, and they all raved about the golf course.
Well, I think the golf course, it's always found its way into the top.
It's a wonderful facility.
Top 50 in the country.
Yeah.
So I would imagine with the association with Mr. Rucker, the support of the University of South Carolina,
right.
The fact that it's going to be at one of the top clubs in the country here in our backyard, it's got a lot going for it, doesn't it?
It does have a lot going for it. The team sport, you might be interested, they enter 5 players, and 4 of the scores count each day. They throw out one of the scores, and in past events, if you follow this at all, the results are always very, very close.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to believe sometimes that after all the strokes and everything, after 3 or 4 days, it can actually come down to the last person on the last green. It really is something to see that.
And that really is what makes this game not only so exciting, but so dramatic.
It does.
And let's hope that we get a little of that drama right here. So, folks, we've got to go to break real quickly, but please come out and support the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate at Long Cove this weekend. You're not only going to see some great golf, you're going to have a great time. You're going to get to see a big star, and it's all right here in our backyard. When we come back, we're going to be with Mr. Doug Weaver, longtime Island Golf Pro, and we're going to talk about some of the evolution of golf, technology, and how that's affected our game for the better. We'll be right back.